Hi there, I hope you're doing good. I'm always on the lookout for investment vehicles that can give me high interest but low risk. I put my money into bonds and into high interest rate savings account, and that always gives me good consistent interest. But those interest rates are not going to remain high perpetually, probably remain high this year. 2025 probably start tapering downwards. So I came across this advertisement from Interactive Broker, which is my online brokerage account, which says that it can give me 4.83% on idle cash, USD account. So does this sound very good? So let me walk you through my thought process on what I think about it.
Interactive Broker, where they claim to have 4.83% interest. You can see it here, 4.83. The only two caveats that you need to take note of is that the interest rate only kicks in for any amount above $10,000 here, and that you need to have a net asset value of 100,000 to get that rate. It's written here. Okay, so now let's try and simulate. Assuming you have 100,000 net asset value in terms of equities or bonds that you have in Interactive Broker, and then you have a cash balance of more than 10,000, what kind of interest rate, effective interest rate will you be getting? So let's say you have $100,000 in as your net asset value, and that you need to hit a minimum of $10,000 idle cash. The interest rate is at 4.83%. 4.83. 4.83. Let's say if you have $10,000, the amount of interest is this minus the threshold, which is 0. Amount of interest that you get per year would be this times this, and the effective interest rate would be this divided by amount of cash that you have, so 0%. Okay, now if I have 20,000, if I have 11,000, only wrong formula here, hang on, only $1,000 is eligible for interest, so I'll get $48.30 at the end of the year, which translates into an effective interest rate of just 0.44%, so that's not good. But if I have 20,000, that means 10,000 is eligible for an interest of 4.83%, which brings the effective interest rate to be about 2.42, which is not great, but it's fine. Let's say if I have $50,000, now that pushes it up to 3.86%, which is pretty good. And let's say if I have 75,000, that's 4.19. I view anything above 4.19 to be, I view anything above 4% to be quite alright. I can assess. So 100,000, 4.35, which is pretty good. Now, this is good if you just leave your cash in USD. But for me, my base currency is actually SGD, right? So today, if I go to Google, the exchange rate from USD to SGD is 1.35. So if I consider that foreign exchange and consider the worst case, if I'm going to convert USD back to SGD at a lower interest rate, then I'll be losing out on foreign exchange fluctuation. So let's say I've seen it go as low as 1.32 in the past 12 months. So let's say today I have 100,000 cash in SGD, and that will translate into 1.35, sorry, divided by 74,000, right? So again, I'm going to calculate how much interest I will get. This minus 10,000, 64,000, and this 64,000 can get a 4.83% interest, which is about $3,094. Net USD amount at end of the year is this plus this SGD, and if I will convert this back into SGD at the worst possible exchange rate, I only get back 88,000. Sorry, that's not correct. That should be this plus this. Yeah, I'll be getting back 101,000. So the actual interest is only this minus 100,000, which is only 1,862. So effective interest rate in SGD is this over this 1.86%. So as you can see here, if I were to take to account for forex exchange fluctuation, a $74,000 investment would yield me, let's say 74,074 would yield me a 4.18% interest. But if I were to consider the forex fluctuation, I would only be getting back about 1.86% effective interest rate if I were to convert it back to my base currency. So would I put money in Interactive Broker for this purpose? Probably yes, if I'm going to just keep the money in USD and continuously using that to invest in US stocks. But if I have intentions of converting it back into Singapore dollars, then no, because I can lose out, right? On the flip side, if there is no change in the exchange rate, then yeah, I'll get 4.18%. And if it drops to 1.34, then the effective interest rate drops accordingly. So for now, no, I will only keep just enough USD for me to use to invest in US stocks. Hope this video was useful to go through my thought process on whether or not to use the IBKR USD account as a way to earn interest on top of the idle cash. Till then, take care and God bless.